At the World Government Summit here in Dubai, one of the buzzwords is the future of AI and which country has responded best with regards to implementing and adopting AI. With me is Xavier, who is the managing director of Accenture here in UAE. And there is a report which is being unveiled by Xavier. So what exactly is the nature of this report and how significant is it in terms of the future of AI vis-a-vis multiple governments that we are looking at?
First of all, to welcome me here, pleasure. So indeed, as following up on our partnership with the World Government Summit, we become this year again the knowledge partner with them, and we've co-developed a report around proactiveness of the government on applying AI. And it has a lot of content about, because there's billions being plugged into technology. Is this, and especially on AI, are those materializing into better citizen services, in better government officials and servants' experiences? That's what we're assessing that in that report, right? And for us, it's very strategic because you can really see the divide about we've analyzed over 7,000 interviews we've done to citizens, 4,000 to public servants in 14 different countries. And you can see the divide between the West and the East and the Middle East as well, and how they go onto AI services.
How's India faring?
India, together with this region, first really at the forefront.
Okay.
And for a number of reasons, because it's not only about the money invested into automating processes, and it's about reinventing those processes, those programs. And that's why we almost call it to become an invisible government, right? And it takes time. It's a journey. Let me put an example.
That's a fascinating example that you've given. So are you then saying that AI will invisibilize governments?
It needs to provide a baseline of better service, smoother, but human, fundamentally human. It's not about what I was doing before, I can do it faster, I can do it cheaper. It's not about that. This will not gain engagement. Actually, one of the findings is 45% of the people believe that their governments do not deliver smooth services, transparent services globally. Whilst if you look in this region and involve, of course, to the extent India, because there is a lot of interactions between the Middle East and India on delivering all this, it's a completely different opinion. We are at the other spectrum. People feel services are seamless, are predictive. So instead of you having to ask, as a mother expecting a child, you know that when child is born, you're going to have to go the birth certificate, you're going to have to the vaccination, the nurseries. You can anticipate those needs. You can proactively propose those things. So there's governments that are adopting this at scale.
And Xavier, India will be hosting a massive AI summit in 2 weeks from now. Several heads of state, over 100 CEOs have confirmed their presence in that. When you look at your own findings, is India really competing with US and China in the space of AI?
Well, it is in many dimensions, and there's still some way to go in others, because the scale of the country requires a lot of continued investment. It doesn't happen immediately, but the talent part, which is a fundamental enabler, is there. The AI shift into it is fact. And the fact that the traditional IT outsourcing services, India was famous in the past, you will need to reinvent those to be relevant in the future. So your companies and us, as big part of, you have a massive as Accenture capability in your big cities in the country.
Right.
We are reinventing, we're pivoting those people. We're investing billions of dollars every year to make sure that all our force in India is really at the edge of understanding what AI, improving their day-to-day journeys and combining the technology and the human part of it. Because if there's not a human part, it will not be long-lasting.
Within the AI space, is India limited to data centers alone? Because, again, just a few days ago, budget 2026, which is an annual fiscal report. And also the direction of policy, the financial policy has been unveiled, and the emphasis is on creating more data centers. So is India's AI mission largely limited to that, or are you of the opinion that India is ready to march?
It's a great question. The reality is that to build AI and transform a society through AI, you need the infrastructure layer sorted. If that is not smooth, that is not sovereign, that is not secured, you're not going to be able to build the applications, experiences, and whatnot. So that's why we believe that there's no longer about pilots of small infrastructure investments here and there. There needs to be nationwide investment strategies where you put infrastructure the same way you build roads. You build roads because then you facilitate trade, you facilitate exchange of goods. Now, digitally, you need to create that layer, and data center is a fundamental one because you will need sovereignty. You will need protection of your data. You need security on top. So that's for sure a must have. Then on top, you shouldn't stop there. You need to build the layers on top.
Okay. All right. Thank you for this conversation.
Lovely to meet you, and thank you for having us.